Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Build Live from Oak Hill Works. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. 3 years everyone, 3 years we've been at this. I mean, wow, 3 years. When I originally planned this, there was like 6 months worth of videos I was going to make and that was going to be it. Here we are 3 years later. Now, last week I teased some ballast wagons. Things have progressed a bit behind the scenes since then. A little bit more than ballast wagons here, aren't there? And this isn't even the whole range yet. I haven't had time to print them all. So, good evening, Heritage Railway Productions, Crabapple Colliery, Christopher, Sophia Evans and Alexander. I hope you are all well. I hope everyone else here is well. It is great to have you here as we do 3 years. Wow. Still stunned by that. So yes, we have the original ballast wagons. This is the ballast wagon I had during last week's live stream. I might have shown it. I can't remember if I did. No, I didn't have it printed yet, did I? This is my ballast wagon. This is my ballast wagon off another printer. This here is my ballast wagon. And right here, this is my ballast wagon. The rest of them, though. As I say, we've been expanding the range a little bit. We've got a nice South Eastern Railway wagon. We've got a South Eastern Railway ballast wagon. Good at ballast wagons, obviously. And we've got, just come off the printer, as I was having my dinner this evening, South Eastern Railway brake van. We also have a couple of generic wagons, 3 plank and 5 plank, dumb buffers, looking very nice. I thought you might be all for SER bits. I've got a feeling there is more SER for... Yes, there is more SER for me to print. There would have been more SER here if it wasn't for the fact I had a failed print earlier, unfortunately. So, yeah. Lots of SER to come, as well as LBSCR. Cough, cough, not generic private owner wagons. Fine, private owner wagons. 3 plank and 5 plank private owner wagons. I do say more. I don't have anything I can show off of the type. So some of the things here might look familiar to some people. Okay, well, the 3 plank drop size is generic, the 5 plank has a prototype. See, I knew there was something generic. So these might look familiar. The 3 plank drop side being the wagons that South Park Quarry uses. Because, shock horror, I didn't design all these myself in a week. I know that sometimes I'm considered to be quite good at things, but I'm not that good. Especially not at CAD. I mean, I'm not even really prepared yet. I've gone fishing through my wheels box for all the correct size wheels today. Because the ones I'm actually having for these haven't arrived yet. Plenty of bearings, but no wheels. But yeah, so the printer has been going pretty much non-stop for a while in preparation for the the Oak Hill Works Wagon kits launching. It won't be for a few weeks that they are available for sale. However, there will be, before launch, a giveaway of some Brighton ballast wagons. They're not quite ready yet. They don't have NEM pockets yet. They are getting NEM pockets before we have the giveaway. There will be 10 of them available. Details will be announced on my social medias, so keep an eye on my Twitter and my Facebook. I'll try and get a video done, but you've seen how good I've been at getting those done recently, so no promises. Like all my Thursday review videos are all filmed, I just haven't had time to edit them. Can't imagine what's been holding me up at times. But look, they even say Oak Hill Works on the bottom of the wagons. The idea is that these wagons will arrive with customers, removed from their supports, but not primed. They will have NEM pockets on them. They will have bearings. They will have wheels. They will have couplings. They will have transfers. The only additional thing that's going to need to be bought by the end customer is paint. Because I'm not supplying a tin of Humbrol for every wagon that I sell. It's just not sustainable. Plus, you'd all be buried in tins of Humbrol from how many you're going to buy, wouldn't you? But yeah, so it is very much planned that these are going to be nice, simple kits. Some will be harder than others by virtue of... Not glue. No, not glue. Well, what glue do you need for this? Okay, you need to glue the bearings in, but you can manage that yourselves. Good evening, Thomas. How are you? We're just discussing my new range of wagon kits that I will be selling. Given Humbrol's enamel range is allegedly being discontinued, that's probably a good thing. As a retailer with links to Hornby, not something I'm aware of. Not going to give us a tube of stringy poly cement for the sole bars. I mean, most of the ones here have sole bars pre-attached, and the designer of the ones that don't has offered to alter the CAD so that they do. I'm not going to name them because, you know, they can name themselves if they want. Well, we also have this sat here tonight. Number 196, the wagon that started it all. Or brake van that started it all. Back in that first live stream 3 years ago. Fair enough then, still need to glue the roof on the van. True, true. I'm sure people can manage that themselves. Let's face it, these are coming a lot more complete than most kits. And of course, the other exciting announcement for the live streams that is very much as a result of this is that if I flip this round here, we now have a spray booth that we can use on the live stream. I mean, admittedly, we can't use it right now because you'll notice there's no filter in the back yet. But the spray booth is here. We will be able to start spraying on the live stream because, as you can probably guess, that tube going up there is the extractor. So safe indoor all year round spraying, and it's long enough to fit a 60-foot birdcage coach in quite happily. I even have a nice posh airbrush ready for us to use. spray and pray you don't get it anywhere. Well, that's what the spray booth is for. And of course, compressor. But yeah, spray booth, spray into the spray booth, and it will go out the back and up that pipe, which is also the pipe for the 3D printer, which might be the reason it all got put together. Might be. So yes, we will shortly be able to start actually doing spray painting. Join the live stream and we can look at playing with airbrushes and how to mix paint appropriately for doing that and all sorts. And of course we'll be using enamel paint just for Thomas so that he can learn that it's the best paint. Hydration is important, everyone. Oh, and of course, one of my favourite builds from the live stream series is here, along with all our terriers. Good evening, Bob. How are you? I hope you are well. You join us having a look over my new range of Wagon kits that will be releasing soon under the Oak Hill Works name. Because, yeah, I am not too bad, thanks. Generally alright, but my hand is in much worse condition than it looks on camera. What you can't see under the heavy lighting of the studio is that from here, right down across my hand and all the way down my arm to about here, is bruised. So be careful with those knives, people, because that is just from hitting that there. Be very, very, very careful. And there is the box to remind everyone to smash that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all the other wonderful things that YouTube says I must say. So I was being very silly with my knife. I was cutting through something quite hard and I couldn't do it by scoring with the knife. So I was holding the knife in my hand and moving the thing against it with this hand. And as the cut went through, I slipped and my hand went straight onto the knife like that. It was very, very painful. For the rest of that day, I could not use my thumb or index finger at all because they were so painful. Even having my phone on my hand like this was too much weight for my finger. And Sophia can confirm that use of my thumb at work didn't go down well. I did that on Tuesday, and it is just sort of going down. Similar to how I did my left hand, you got likely be more ruddy careful, Mr. Oakhill. I plan on being more ruddy careful. Remember, I make these mistakes, so you don't have to. Could have severed the tendon. Yeah, so I'm not convinced it went quite deep enough for that. It was, and you can probably see that it was quite a deep cut. But I don't think it was quite deep enough to sever the tendon. It did, because of my haemophilia, take quite a while to stop bleeding and me be able to actually inspect it, though. But yeah, it was very silly. Be sensible with your knives. And if you're doing anything risky, wear some leather gloves or something, honestly. Because These things can be avoided. PPE is great. It was not fun. So yeah, suppose we should build some wagons. We did make the mistake. I mean, it was 10 years ago, but well, you should have warned me so that you could have made that mistake, so I didn't have to. I mean, I still would have done it, but that's not the point. Chainmail next time. Yeah, chainmail's a great idea. I genuinely used to have leather gloves for when I was cutting things after putting something right through my finger. But that was a long time ago, like over half a life ago. Like, God, Christ, nearly 20 years ago now. God, I'm old. But yeah, so we have, I say, the Oak Hill Works wagons. Go on, focus for me, camera. Show us that wonderful Oak Hill Works written on the bottom of these wagon kits. Oh, isn't it great? Tell you what, I'm very happy with that. Not as old as me. I know, I should stop calling myself old, Bob, because I'm really not, but sometimes it feels like it. Never mentioned it at some point, but yeah, everyone like, listen, Discord, be careful, you know, don't follow our examples. You have mentioned it before, Thomas, a long time ago, but you have mentioned it. So yeah, so I say the plan is that the wagons will have their sprues removed before I sell them, using a decent pair of sprue cutters that, guess what, much like all the wheels I've ordered, haven't arrived yet. So that you don't have to do this bit. I just wanted to do this bit on the live stream so that you could see what I'm going to have to go through for these wagons for you people. Even if it will be much easier for me because I'll have a decent pair of cutters. It works very nice. How are you evening? Oh, good evening, Andy. How are you? So yes, for those that have missed it, these are my new wagon kits. These are, well, this one I've got here, which is the one designed by me, is an LBSC ballast wagon. It is, don't press that button, diagram 1753. For those that have the Illustrated Southern Wagons LBSC volume, it's page 61. These will shortly be available to purchase, but before that, there will be a giveaway on my social media. They were in service from 1889 until 1933, making them the last dumb buffered wagons in service in the UK. They were in service on the Isle of Wight from 1927 to 1931. So there's even something for our Isle of Wight modelers there. If I order any Gary, just leave the sprues on mine. I need to get used to them more for when I finally start my printing. No. The thing is, these are going to be produced in batches and have all their sprues taken off as they come off the printer. So there'll be no leaving sprues on anything. I will be keeping these in stock, so to speak. For people who model other scales, I am willing to see about scaling things up or down. I'll make no promises, but should people want it, I'm willing to try. Hopefully going to the Isle of Wight in September. Oh, fantastic. The Isle of Wight is a wonderful place. I really love the railway there and need to get back there myself. And up for other scales. I thought you might, Andy. Something like I make support room for leisure, put the print in some warm 50-degree water, which makes the joints where the sports need model softer, easier to snap off. So, someone was advising me of something that I've not heard before, but I'm going to try before curing. Now, I'm not sure how well that's going to go down, but it's not like I'm particularly limited on these things. I've got another bottle of resin on the way already, because, you know, but yeah, all tips for getting them off easier, much appreciated. And good evening, Ben. How are you? I hope you are well. Join us looking over my ballast wagons that I've made and will soon be selling and giving away on Twitter and Facebook. What happens before cure in audio went wibbly wobbly? So someone has advised me to try removing the supports before curing. Apparently that is how they do it. I have never done that, and I'm not sure how well it will go, but I'm willing to try. Since if I mess one up, I can just print another one. That's a lie, they print in batches of 3. And don't worry, Sophia, I haven't cut the brake block off this one yet. To be fair, the first one, which was the one I took to the shop, I did in like 2 minutes before coming into work. Doing amazing right now. I'm halfway through 2 projects. Fantastic. What projects are they? Good evening, Richard. How are you? I hope you are well. Oh, and of course, as a kit manufacturer, I will be open to people suggesting things. I will not necessarily say I'm going to make anything because people say so, because I'm probably not, let's be honest. But I'm open to suggestions, and if the same thing keeps coming up, then the same thing keeps coming up, and I will probably do it. When I've printed stuff, I tend to do it before the final cure. With it being softer, there's less chance of something going ping and having a support in your nose. Yeah, that is a good reason. But bearing in mind that I've got a curing machine and they cure in 2 minutes. There's one cure, no final cure. And good evening, Killian. How are you? I hope you are well. You see, my range has grown a bit since talking about ballast wagons. Good, thanks, Gary. Contemplating making a few kits. Excellent. I approve of making a few kits. Also, because you make an NBR brake van. I mean, that's in the sort of region I would consider because it could potentially be useful on the boys' layout. Can you get me drawings and I'll see what I can do? Also remove the sports ball, put it in the machine. My phone was very interesting one. Thanks, my lord, and yourself. I'm okay, other than the gammy hand. But look, there we go, and now we have revealed the wonderful Oak Hill Works on the bottom. Not that I'm in the slightest bit happy that I have wagons with my name on them or anything. Not at all. But I'll get you drawings. Yeah, send them over and I'll see what I can do. I'll do that. Painful is an understatement. As I've said to everyone already before you got here, what you can't see is that my arm is bruised from the base of my fingers to here. The high intensity lights seem to be bleeding out the colour, but yeah. It's quite a large bruise. Couldn't use my fingers, like my thumb and index finger initially when I did it. It was very painful. So this is how, this is how the wagons will be arriving with people. I will not be cleaning up the print after removing the supports, because honestly, you could get away with not doing it if you're not after something perfect, and if you are, you're going to already have some files just to take down those last edges, and it's going to save so much in labour. Careful with the brakes, or brake in this case. There is a possibility at some point I will do this with more modern brake shoes. However, there are pictures of these wagons still with the single brake shoes in 1931. So, and in SR livery as well. So they've been repainted and everything since the grouping. So I see no need to actually provide that. Honestly, did I send you on my half-sprung drop-end wagon files? You have not sent me any files, Killian. Actually, now that you mention it. Well, you know, not since, like, Jenny Lind, I think, was the last files I had off you. Send me all the files, Killian. Send me them all. And if there's any that you want to go in the range, let me know, because, you know, I already have... Should I send on... Maybe you sent on the 1115 files, possibly. If there's anything you want to go in my range and to make some money on, we can talk about that. There are already 2 other designers involved who, you know, get paid for every wagon I produce. If I can get you drawings, which would be interesting in doing some MBR ballast wagons. Again, definitely something I could look at. The more interest there is in things, the more likely I am to do them, honestly. I mean, obviously there will be a lot of stuff that I will do because I want it. But expanding the range is a great idea. Speaking of, when we've seen a Jenny Lind built up on the stream, are you going to CAD up some coaches for her first? So I don't have the most recent version of Jenny Lind yet. So that's holding that up. Could spoken to me about that as well. I think maybe by Prime UK retailer. Makes sense. Makes lots of sense. But yeah, so along with the wagons, the kits will include 4 bearings. I'll be redoing the tender. Yeah, so there's no point me building one up on stream if you're redoing stuff, is there? No more if it's get away with any old wagons. Well, get all the wagons then. I expect lots of orders from you, Thomas. This is genuinely more entertaining than Jenny Kirk. Of course it is. Much more. I didn't know under if you said. Sorry, that joke's not allowed. As a joke, it's fine. It's not something like if someone were to take it seriously, it would be an issue. But I think everyone understands it that it's a joke, and we're all good. I can't do thumbs up apparently. So yeah, the bearings. Words. I mean, they won't be lots, but over time I should definitely have the full range. Good, good. I shall keep expanding the range over time. So now I'm going to use my knife, so be careful here. There we go. I survived. I have opened a new bottle of glue. And I will be doing this my way rather than the right way. And this is the way I would advise people to do it. This live stream is essentially instructions. You're not the right thing, but I can't see the right thing because, you know, I tidied up. Is that a Brighton brake van? It is a Southeastern Railway brake van. So we've got my ballast wagon, we've got my ballast wagon, we've got a Southeastern ballast wagon, a Southeastern 5-plank, 4-plank, Southeastern brake van, a 5-plank and a 3-plank private owner. Oh yeah, and that is a Brighton brake van. That is the first Brighton brake van we built on the live stream. Question for Gary, have you encountered a problem where the axle boxes want to spring apart? Not yet. Was available for testing and reviewing. Yeah, I thought you might be. Great Western. I'm not Great Western, but private owner wagons. Plus, you know, post-pooling. There's 4 types of Brighton Open A to come. That's not even a joke, so, you know. So, glue. Glue goes in the hole. We're using a bit of wire to do that because I can't find my usual glue stick. And not the one that's sitting on here either. That one's too big for this job. And you will find that they fit very nicely. Almost like they were designed for it. And again, I will be supplying the bearings with the kit. So there is no need to worry about people not buying the right ones. one hasn't popped quite. There we go. Much better. 4 bearings in. The wagons, the kits will also come with wheels. Initially, they will be supplied with Gibson wheels. Short-term solution, and these aren't even those because my Gibsons haven't arrived yet. But yeah, that is a short-term solution. I will be manufacturing my own wheels. But there we go. Done. Fantastically free-rolling wagon. You can tell I had help. And as I say, the production versions will have a NEM pocket where you can just poke in your NEM couplings that will also come with the kit. That is how easy I aim on these being. There was something else I was going to do and I can't remember what it was. That's really good. Yes, picked up. But yeah, that is the amount of effort I plan on people having to put into these kits. Oh, now I remember what else I was going to do. I've not actually tested this, so this could go horribly, horribly wrong. So, you know, be ready for a good laugh, everyone. The tiny hole in the side fixed. Nope. I've not had time to print any more of these ones since then. In theory, for people that don't use tension locks and prefer a more correct looking type of coupling, they just slot straight in. I'm not going to be supplying Smith's couplings with them though. If you use scale couplings, you can get your own. But there will be a hole there just the right size. And since this one is ever so slightly bent, it's the one I use for test purposes, I think the fact it goes in and out is quite good. Don't you? So very, very slightly bent. You should see the end pointing upwards slightly at that angle. Might want to ease that hole by 0.1, 0.2. It probably does need a little bit of easing, yes, but that's why we test these things. Seems okay sideways, just needs easing up and down. I wonder if it's any better on the fancy printer. Feels slightly looser, but not really looser enough. But that one comes off the fancy printer at work, and the detail on this is the new Photon Ultra DLP printer. And we're never going to get to focus on this, but if we could... then you would see the details fantastic. No, not happening. So the killing us messages. Why not have two versions? A stiff ones for those not interested in the spring and a loose one for those wanting to use the springs. Because I have a brick and mortar shop that I'm going to be putting these in and hanging them up, and I don't want to have a million different tiny variations of the same thing. Again, 4 types of bright and open A. Hydration is important. I need to refill the hydration vessel. That's the one, Thomas. Look, we even have hanger packaging designed. I mean, it's not final, there's a lot of changes to make to it yet. But we have hanger packaging. And for those wondering, that's mahogany with glit lining. Yeah. Brighton carriage livery for my wagon kits that appear to mostly be southeastern at the moment. What's wrong with that? Surprised it's not blue. Now, I did think about blue, but I rather liked the idea of having it in carriage livery. I mean, obviously, yes, I'm in guilt. Let's not get into the fact I can't English. We all know I can't English. Hydration is important. To be fair, it looks even better with a coat of primer. But yes, your one's... Your one looks great with its coat of paint. Sophia, of course, being the first person in the world to have one of these. Pity you can't go metallic 4 gold on the packaging. That would look amazing. It would look good, but I also want to be able to print it off on the printer I've got here. Good evening, Lewis. How are you? You join us looking at my wagon kits. What wagon shall we build next? I really want to build the brake van, actually. But yeah, Sophia, other than, look, these 4 here, plus the one you have, are all of this kit that exists in the whole world. That's quite a limited edition you've got there. And these 2 didn't exist when I gave it to you. You're right, we should build the brake van. The brake van had to have 2 prints. This took, what, 7 hours in total to print? I mean, these take about 3 hours, so, you know. But yes, Southeastern Railway brake van. So we're on to the kits that I didn't design. Just, you know, after I announced I was going to be marketing these, I got an email to say, I got a message to say, since you're going to be making wagons, would you like And I said yes, very much so. Plans to get 2 Rapido Huntslet 060 saddle tanks. What fantastic plans they sound like. Make sure you get them ordered quickly. They are nearly sold out. I say this as a retailer who is selling them, so knows. I swear some days I hate being into the blue idiot looking through the pre-owned section briefly, and what do my eyes jump to me? Blue engine. He is there waiting to be bought. Go on, Thomas, do it. Buy the little blue idiot. Yeah, I've not been able to buy any more this week, Lewis. I've been investing in my Wagon kit range. And I spent another £70 on preparations for this today. That's 2 terriers, you know. What did you do for a curing machine? Did you build or buy? I bought. I have the Anycubic Photon curing machine. Version 1, not their new version 2. We got the version 2 at the shop and it is so much better. You've said I've got enough Tombos. Is there such a thing as enough? I refer you to my terrier command. But yes, Lily, nearly 60% complete. I want to get one more so that I can have the 60% complete, but the fact I'm trying to save money and also launch a range of wagons at the same time, these goals are not compatible. What you will notice about the brake van, and in fact every other wagon here that isn't my ballast wagon, is that it does have a NEM pocket. So you wouldn't be interested in Shuri. And hello Paderborn, how are you? I hope you are well. Your printer kit's resin based or a plastic? They are resin, but of course the resin is a plastic. It just comes in a liquefied in a bottle. But Terry's on the same situation. You can have them all in all sorts of liveries and colours. Somebody comes in plain, muddy and light sky, and that's before. Oops. See, this is one reason I will be removing supports, because I just broke the buffer beam off. Never mind, I can fix that on a kit for myself. That would be a problem if it was a production kit. Not too bad, thanks. Hopefully you are too. I've been worse, yes. Thomas. Improved engine green, improved engine green, improved engine green. It's 4 terriers here. They're in 2 liveries. Saving up to get Terrier in BR Black off eBay, as it's slightly cheaper than LBSCR Terrier on eBay. One's $44.95 and the other is $49.95. Yeah, but if you're saving up for them, then they might have sold by the time you do that. And if they're the old tool-in ones, which those prices sound like, they're not worth that much. I have never paid more than £40 for one of these old schooling ones. Do you have a terrier with a face? I do not have a terrier with a face. Terriers with faces get very expensive on eBay. And there goes the buffer head. I won't be searching for that. It's landed up on my top shelf. Most of my locomotives second-hand. There's nothing wrong with having lots of second-hand locomotives. Just don't pay that much for an old Tooling Terrier. Especially if you have to save to get it. As they are at the minute, for what they get, don't pay more than £35 for one. If you watch at the right time and all of them, you will be able to get one for 20. Definitely do not pay £45 to £50 for one. They all look different and have different names. Either way, I'm going to have a future mass collection of any loco. It'll be good old Ginty. Love me a Ginty. Right then, all the Ginties, Thomas. That is your aim. All the Ginties. I'm sure you can do it. Yeah, Bluebell Terrier face scares me every time I go to Loco Shed. Oh, I forget that Stepney's actually wearing its face these days. It's weird, that. 1.5% of rubs, they can be printed standing on end and then glued into the body without needing support the buffer faces. Yes, that is very much an advantage. I have something. Oh no, the van that I was going to print but didn't have time because of my failed print today has separate buffers on it. So I'm sure I remember queuing something up that I was going to have with separate buffers on. So I'm going to have a large stock of broken wagons. And chances are, if I do something like that when I'm producing them, I will be selling broken bodies on the cheap for people. So they might come up occasionally. Might suggest lighter supports, but more of them if breaking off is a regular occurrence. You can indeed suggest that, and yes, I had considered that might be the way to go. I wasn't sure, but I had considered it. Lewis, you've put in the command wrong again. Exclamation mark goes at the start for a command. That's why you're not getting a response. I told me if Ginty to get them, I have D51s. Yeah, and I expect you to do it, Christopher. For Ginty and Midland Red on the website, yeah, unless it's sold on Saturday. I'm not aware of it selling on Saturday, offhand. Haven't we got a triangle one in black as well? Pound Shop Super Glue 30. Exactly, Alex. Pound Shop Super Glue. Wonderful stuff. And there you see, nice NEM pocket. Coupling slides straight in. And requires a squeeze to get back out. So is working as designed. Oh, I'll see a BR black. Bad enough having a sea of blue. Well, you can have Ginties in multiple liveries, Thomas. Hydration is important. I'm sure you can probably have a blue one pretending to be Thomas and everything. And there we go, a roof. Again, I only have black D51s. That's fine. I don't mind, Christopher. You can still have them all. So as much as I'm interested in the Hornby MR1 as a compliment to that one being the same number, I believe I need to focus on the back ones if I'm doing this. Nah, do it. Buy it from the shop. Buy it, Thomas. Buy it. Have you bought it yet, Thomas? But that is as simple as it comes for a roof fitting, really. Look, you can even stand up on its M pockets. The Argentine blue. It did. See? All sorts of liveries you can have. Let's do the Argentine blue. I quite like them in blue, actually. There are 1,115 D51s built for the JNR. You're going to need a bigger display cabinet. Ginty that appeared in the original books was black? It was. Nice blue, and Hornby NWR blue is just boring to me now. Yo, something like your notification broken. Good evening, Johnny. How are you? I hope you are well. So you've missed us playing with my Brighton ballast wagon that will soon be available for purchase. The Diagram 1753 dumb buffered ballast wagons that lasted right through into the 30s. Coming soon from an Oak Hill Works near you. There will be a giveaway via Twitter and Facebook. Shortly, there will be 10 of them available. Once I've done some mods to them. There's a link to the website. It'll all be going up there soon as well. Now that I've actually announced the range. Oh yeah, I forget I have an Instagram. Good point, Lenny. There'll be stuff on Instagram as well. No, Gary, I am not. If it's still there midweek, I may do, but it depends on what is more important: Audrey X2 or Hornby Ginties. Hornby Ginties, obviously, Thomas. Hornby Ginties every time. Through reverse on SDJ Ginties too. Way differences. Did any of? Oh, I believe Hornby and Backman have both done SDJR livery, haven't they? Did they actually get the differences right? Midland SDJR, LMS, or even EPR Black. Didn't know the Barry had any. Be fun to get all of one type of logos, maybe the yellow and white pug. Or terriers. Terriers. Do terriers. They're a good one to get all of. HTP is likely to go blue. Yes, and it will look very nice in it, I think. Discord, Facebook. Yeah, all the commands. No, you broke it. I knew that bit was going to break. That's why I've been trying to gently tease it. Once I've got me proper sprue cutters, that won't happen. But in the meantime, it happens. They fit nicely. So yeah, we're going to have quite a range of wagons, even at launch with our Brighton and Southeastern ballast wagons. I've got a couple of other Southeastern Opens to print. I've got the private owners. I've got the Southeastern Break. I've got a Southeastern Van. And I have 4 variants on the Open A. And all will be coming as complete as possible out the box. So I best get drawing up the transfers, really. Have one too, it's going to be 2 for OST eventually. So you'll have to get another one to keep as an 060. Or, you know, another 48 to keep as 060s and another one to turn to a 240. Maybe give some of them an extended Isle of Wight bunker. Give some of them dumb buffers. All things are possible with terriers. Have you seen my 080 terrier picture, Tom? I do have one. It was really good. Wait to wait long for new General Nintendo anyway, Gary. It's the same as one for something else I'm designing. Excellent! I look forward to that. I have 0 at the moment, but I do want Fenchurch. I thought you had 1. And it was Stepney. TTD Black, some green one, Stepney, and a secret project. Ooh, secret project. Something else with Nintendo. Wonder what it could be. So do I. Audio went wibbly again. Did the audio go all weird for anyone else just now? Oh, good. Everyone gets weird audio. Luckily, I'm just reading chat, so you know. Read chat. There was a fun. Then audio was very crackly, but seems okay now. My microphone had best not be on its way out. Black Stepney specifically. 3 of my terriers are Stepney. Only 3 of them. Where did I put my file? There it is. I say there it is as if I haven't just grabbed another one out of the pot. Yeah, they fit happily in there. Still got some breaks to do. Thought I could hear a man that wasn't Gary in the static. Oh, just the Russians, it's fine. Need the OG Dapper one to complete the Dapper one. Well, you best get it then. I think I've got like 3 Dapper Stepneys. Don't buildings at 2455. We're not a numbers station. Honest. Bye, whatever just flew off my chair. No. Who's excited for lots of wagons now? Who's going to buy lots of wagons? And more importantly, who's going to enter the competition? Because, you know, free wagons. Tell your friends. And their friends. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell your pets. Tell everyone. Notice the range has grown since the photos the shop posted. Very naughty of the shop to announce it before I have a chance to. Can't believe you did that. Can't tell them anything with your microphone being dodgy. Is it still dodgy or is it working now? I mean, I can't tell them, but you can. You don't need my microphone. Oh, good. Hydration's important, everyone. At no point has Streamlabs shown anything weird with the audio. Let me plug in. Is it working now? Obviously, if it's not, you won't answer. Aha, lots of yeses. Excellent. And good evening, Ian. How are you? I hope you are well. See what that printer you sold me's doing? It's very exciting stuff. Let us, before we do anything else, stick some bearings in. Only one in the house without COVID. Oh, I'm sorry to hear there's lots of COVID going around. Yeah, we got some Brighton Dunbuffered ballast wagons and lots of southeastern stuff at the minute. I've got a few open A's ready to print and sell, but not yet. Just realised I've not actually test fit this yet, have I? There we go, it fits. I had no doubts. Fits perfect. Evening everyone, sorry for lateness, was finishing that new Spider-Man film. How is everyone? Good evening WJS Productions. I am very well here, playing with my new range of wagon kits. Available from an internet near you soon. How are you? You are good? Excellent. Glad to hear it. So, I need a bit more glue there. Probably going to want to fit the wheels as well. But, you know, one thing at a time. Or several. Several things at a time is the best number of things at a time. There we go. All the things at a time. Exactly. Why settle for one thing at a time when you can do several? So the brakes look to be in slightly the wrong place, but I do know that this van needs a bit of a redesign anyway. I was pre-warned about that. What things? What is time? Are the footsteps on that van symmetrical? Yes. They look it to me. Hope I haven't done something wrong. Oh no, they're not. The supports aren't symmetrical. You are correct. Shouldn't the double support between the wheels go under the double doors? Probably. Never mind, they're super glued on now. What is this van? This is a South Eastern Railway brake van. One of many kits that will enter the range. Unfortunately, my ballast wagons are the only Brighton ones I've got printed at the moment. I don't think I'm going to get the soul bars back off the van without breaking something more. So they can stay wrong. It'll be even more unique one day then. This is what happens when you worry too much about the fact that your audio isn't working. So, you know, when you're building my kits, pay more attention to what you're doing. I make these mistakes so you don't have to. Does my database have 6 D51s, including the one still impound to me? Well, that's a start. Only 1,109 to go. Those NEM pockets on the end, they are NEM pockets on the end. So the plan is all of my kits will include NEM pockets and they will all include couplings. So the kits will come with their supports removed and they will have bearings, wheels, couplings and transfers. All included. The only thing you have to buy is paint. Hydration is important, everyone. It's a normal wee van there. It is, isn't it, Alex? It's absolutely wonderful. I'm very much a fan of this van. I am a van fan. We all knew that anyway. especially those of you who have seen my preferences in what I drive. It's more generous than even Parkside. I know, right? I want to make sure everyone has everything they need. Quite a nice running little van as well. Goes well with my little ballast wagon. Of course, then we've got private owner wagons in the range. Dumb buffered private owner wagons, not something you see very often anywhere. Nem pocket there. So the plan is everything will have nem pockets. But also be compatible with Smith's couplings out the box. Another advantage of separate printed buffers, they can easily be swapped out for turn-sprung ones by the buyer if desired. I agree, that would be fantastic. Will we eventually see coaches appearing? So, I like the idea of coaches appearing. And I am very capable of 3D printing some coaches. So it is possible we will see coaches appearing. Something I have said is, certainly especially in these early days, I am open to suggestions. I am a very contactable person. You can get me on Discord. You can get me on Twitter. You can get me on Facebook. You can get me on Instagram. You can get me on my website. There's a contact form. You can phone me at the shop. Mini Stroudley, my boss. But full length Stroudley, yeah, it's D47 222. The correct length, unlike Hornby's version. But yeah, so if people want to make suggestions about things they'd like to see in the range, contact me on it. In fact, you can even get me on RM Web, where I am Blue Lightning. Or, you know, stalk me and hunt me down in the street. Whatever's good for you. No, I don't have an RM Web command. Might be unlucky and have me on the phone. Have to be very unlucky for that. But you did a good job of it the other day. It's an interesting place it put that support. I didn't notice that on the software. I would have removed that. Smoke signals too. So yeah, smoke signals definitely accepted. Let's carry on to pigeons. All perfectly good methods, yes. Address all your calls to Oak Hill Works. My signal's short. Yep, semaphore is great. No, you broke the brake lever. No, you broke the brake lever again and sent it flying. Once it broke the first time, I knew that was going to happen. These snips are way too thick for this job. Where did it land? It was like, there it is. See, that didn't fly off in the wrong direction. So I'll get that back. Since it's Eastbourne, it'd be seagulls. Yeah, true. Need proper sprue cutters. I do, and I'm going to get Sophia to phone Gauge Master and order them on Tuesday. Because we didn't have any in the shop. I did look. This is why, Gary, you need some nice Games Workshop snips. I do not need Games Workshop snips. I don't think I can get away with just ordering a pair of snips from them for my minimum order, somehow. No, if someone wants to phone the shop and order a couple of £100 worth of Games Workshop stuff, then that's different. I'll add them to that order. There we go. Look, now I can get in at the ones under the brakes. Again, that's an interesting place it's put that support. I would have deleted that in the software if I'd have noticed. £100 it's like free flash cutters at Craig Games Workshop prices. Yeah, you're not wrong, are you? Can't afford single page for now, although I'm not sure is it a 10 order till time now says have to reorder them singly. Yes, but you don't have a trade account, Thomas. I have a trade account with Games Workshop. I don't buy at retail. I have minimum orders I have to meet. Off skis night. Oh, good night, Christopher. Thank you for coming by. Speak to you again soon. Yeah, see, I don't pay full price for stuff anymore, Thomas. Because why pay full price when you have a trade account? Next part, yeah, I've tried printing more water before you remove support materials. I do my removing pre-curing, but I've heard warmth helps and also reduces pips. This is all stuff people have said tonight, in fact. And I will be going with the removing before curing, or I plan on going with removing before curing. But this week has been a case of just getting through it and getting it done so that I had as much as possible here tonight. I'm still 5 or 6 kits short on what we've actually got for the launch. So yeah, prep time has been tight. Remind me when I need some next to ask you to order some in so I can order 3 from you instead. I mean, I am totally down for that, but as I say, I don't actually know what my Games Workshop minimum order is. So, you know, there's that. That time when Gary asked, what is everyone up to this evening? I look forward to hearing about it every week. You know, I do love knowing what you're getting on with whilst I am modelling away. I hope what you're getting up to this week is planning what ones of my wagons you're going to be ordering. Because you totally should be doing that. Writing yourselves big lists. I mean, also be doing something else, you know. You can't just sit here and watch me all day. 3 years though. 3 years I've been doing this. You guys are awesome. Just saying. Does Gary fancy boiling kettle before de-supporting the next model? No. No, I do not. Effort. Do you think about carbon footprints? That's probably not a wise decision. Thinking about it making them go down south to come back up to the Midlands seems like a climate change nightmare. It does a bit. You're not wrong. What else is in the line? Pretty sure there's another southeastern wagon of some form. Smaller one, I think. There's 4 variants on the Open A. There's a southeastern van of the early variety. Lots, basically. So very lovely, I must say. Thank you, Jamie. So these are the important ones, the Brighton ballast wagons, and they're absolutely tiny. You can't even fit a Betsy in them. We'll look at the recordings after go to bed, and I'm up getting breakfast for all in the morning. Cheers. Good night, Ian. Great to have you here. Alright, shall speak to you again soon, I hope. Remember, hydration is important, everyone. Rereading journal article on transnational history. It's still making my head spin. Makes sense, but my head feels full of cotton. Just won't go in. That's when you've been doing too much, isn't it, Alex? You'll have to reread it all again. Most part, what kids are you doing? Any Brighton? Good evening, Alan. How are you? Yes. So, my first me-designed kit that will be on sale soon is the Diagram 1753 dumb-buffered ballast wagon. Yes. Diagram 1753 dumb-buffered ballast wagon. The first one I've designed myself. I'm very happy with it. Few changes to make before they go on sale. They will be going out. They will have, you know, one-piece body, bearings, wheels, transfers and couplings. Prices aren't finalised yet. I've got some Open A's that will be part of the range, but I have not got any of those printed yet because I've just not had time to get it done. And there will be more Brighton stuff being added to the range because obviously Brighton stuff is best stuff. So yeah, next couple of weeks, and keep an eye on social medias because I will be giving away some of these to people to A, get them out there, and B, get people telling me what they think of the kits, because I'd love to get some actual reviews from actual people. but that'll wait and has to wait until I've got the transfers drawn up for them. Was folding laundry, now painting figures. Congrats on 3 years streaming, Gary. Thank you, Andy, for the congratulations. Painting figures sounds more fun but slightly harder than folding laundry. But I hope both have gone well. Been undertaking a little further work on my coal stage for Cambrian Street. Oh, excellent. I have been loving the pictures you've been putting up of the coal stage, Bob. It's just a shame it's a Great Western one and I have no idea what they really looked like, so I can't be any help with all your questions you've been asking. But it does look wonderful to someone who doesn't know Great Western practice. Drawing up SSCR transfers, so many lines. There are, aren't there? Yes. I need to print some at some point soon. Rewheeling the 2p and making a new bogey block for it, also creating the plot that the Charts Hut Station Master house sits on. Do we still have those random hedges in the box by the shop door? We do indeed. Do you need more of them? Did you not take enough the other day? No one has been anywhere near it. So you're free to grab the rest of them on Tuesday. Not up to much, to be fair, just enjoying the stream, although I am planning future moves in the old bedroom tidy so I can crack on with finishing modern steppers because Hornby won't do it. Hornby will not do it, you are quite right. Probably worried about getting in trouble with licensing agreements these days. But I'm glad you're enjoying the live stream. Nothing at the moment. I'm waiting for an order of paint from Phoenix for the buildings and some parcel vans. Wahey! I approve of having stuff to do. Shame you're still waiting on it to arrive, though. Great, let Eric Gates know who'll publicise for the Bright Circle. Yes, I will indeed let Eric know at some point. I want to get all the Brighton ones built and painted and have actual examples of them before I send them off to Eric, but I will definitely be doing that. And we also, I also have Dunbuffered private owner wagons, which can fit in with Brighton layouts, and they're different to the ones that Chris Cox does. So that's good. More variety is good. Learning all the time, aren't we all, Bob? Aren't we all? So I'm really enjoying watching Cambrian Street come together. Nope, that way round. Yeah, that's it. He says, flinging it off into space. It's alright, we don't lose things on this live stream. We just fling them away, so we lose what way round we're meant to be putting them, that way round. See, while I break all my test prints, I'm at least showing you that if you break any when you're building them, they are nice and easy to fix. Just disappeared there to buy an 080 chassis for a 00M3. I'm thinking of making a large industrial packet. Any other suggestions? Oh, that sounds good. I do like the sound of that. And I like packets, so That is good. I mean, they're not as good as Manning Wardles. Manning Wardles are the best industrial engines, but you know, can't have everything, can you? I'm not sure how well those. In fact, they look like they are pinpoints in the resin. Yes, there is no bearings in my earlier build. No, industrial Antares are the best industrial engines. I like to think that they're not industrial engines, but yes. Always show my disaster mistakes on RM Web as we all learn from the good and the bad. We do indeed, and I like your open, honest modelling that you do, Bob. Some pre-grouping cattle vans would be a good idea as there's a lack of cattle vans on the market. There is indeed. Brighton and southeastern cattle vans is what you want to see me make. Look at that. Just done. Doesn't even need any further work. And somewhere around here is my coupling to prove that there it is. Coupling pops in. There we go. I may or may not be updating my LSWR cattle van for Gary. There we go. Look, we're going to get some LSWR cattle vans in the range. Because for those that haven't guessed, Linny is one of the other designers. And this wagon I'm now pushing backwards and forwards is one of Linny's. And it really is fantastic. And just like that, another wagon built. That's extremely free rolling. It is, isn't it? Linny has lots of fingers in lots of pies. Indeed. Why only have fingers in one pie when you can have fingers in all the pies? It's much like Manning Wardles. I'm not sure they'd fit the outside valve gear on this German chassis. I think the Peckett aesthetics work better, but a Manning Wardle would be nice. Yes, you're probably right in that case. But still, Manning Wardles. I should point out that that is just the bounce of the tweezers pushing it back. Fantastic bit of work. Look, we can get another one done. And actually blow my ballast wagon along the piece of track. Yeah, but that's mine. Kicked out the bakery. But yes, I'm very impressed with the fact you can blow my ballast wagon along the track. I don't know why I picked up the knife there instead of... that was good of me. A bit late now. That's what the super glue's for. Remember, these are test prints, so you don't have to. I don't pay for my test prints, the tax man does. R&D materials are reclaimable. I'm going to refill the hydration vessel because it's empty. Hydration is important. Everyone pays for them. Collectively. It's a business expense. So go here and say safe night for regroup with you next time. Okay, good night, Bob. Thank you for coming by. Great to have you here as always. Sleep well, and I look forward to seeing some more on Cambrian Street. How's the kit coming along? Which one, Lewis? I've built 3. See, if you don't tell me when you're leaving, I don't know where I was when you come back. And they've all been absolutely perfect with no problems whatsoever. I mean, look at how freely they all roll across the bench. They are absolutely fantastic. No missing axle boxes on anything. Bit off topic, have you ever seen the Donegal Class 2? It's got quite straddly S tanks, would be cool to have in RRO. I have not. I would love to say I will look them up. The problem is, I know that by the time the stream finishes and I've gone to sleep and stuff, I will forget. Feel free to remind me, though. The Dunbuff Pro is being completely unbraked, which is typical for some parts of their lives. It's not unbraked. I've not broke the brake gear on this one yet. The word being, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a very, very rare variant. Yes, Andy, you're right. They didn't last very long in service. Weren't very popular with the permanent way teams or the re-railing games. There's independent traders one. Now you can get a couple of those. That's it. Look at you both. Both there with the same joke. Ah. Suspension provided with Peckham Springs. It's a jellyfish motorbike tax, exactly. See, who needs to not break things when you can get these jokes instead? That's an interesting way to put those supports in. I wish I'd have paid more attention to that. And it's crowded a few together here, which is not great. Send your pick class to Discord later. Excellent. I won't forget about it that way. He says, hopefully. Oh, free voice motor dealers. It's a good one, this. It's a dumb buffered wagon gear. See? Who needs hot water when you can just remove them that well? Nothing goes wrong ever. Now that was an obscure one. Very well done. See? Never broke anything. Nothing wrong with that wagon at all. I can probably stop plugging this in to prove that it fits now though, can't I? I want another one of the same type of wheel, please. There we go. See, very forgiving stuff, this resin. Welcome. You can't see the join. Honestly, not only can you not see the join, I'm looking at it in person and I can't even remember which one it was that's broken by looking at it. So yeah, that's done well. 2 hours in, 4 wagons built. This is why we need these kits on the market. Because you don't get turnaround like that with other people's kits, do you? Even when I'm building them. Let's have a nice little open wagon again. Of the not so dumb buffered variety. This is a South Eastern Railway one. And faster than Swindon Works. Well, I like to think I'm better at this than Swindon Works. I mean, I haven't turned out any 57XXs yet, so that's always a plus. Not even Linny's laser cut wagons are that quick to build. No, they're not. Got to head now, but enjoy the rest of the stream. Okay, thank you for coming, Jamie. Enjoy, sleep well, and I shall speak to you again soon. And obviously have a look at that logo in Discord at some point. I saw you've sent it, so thank you for that. So seriously, everyone, 3 years now. Why are you all still watching? Because I break things, isn't it? You watch to see me mess up. He's called the midwife finished you. It's film somehow. We're not getting a better answer than that. But more here about modelling the last couple of months than I ever knew. That is going to be my favourite answer, definitely. Now, the whole reason I do this is to teach people modelling and show them that it just ain't that hard. Because I know it's a scary concept. I put off doing real modelling for long enough. Real modelling. Or if modelling is what you want it to be. But yeah, I put it off for years and years and years because it was this scary concept. So my aim is to show people that it isn't that scary and they can have a go. So yeah, if you're learning from this, that's fantastic. That's exactly what I want. Genuinely makes it all worthwhile hearing comments like that. I mean, I'm a relative newcomer, but also the stream's good fun even when heated discussion happens. They are. They're always good fun. I always have a fantastic time here. Still can't believe the Invalid Saloon's finished 9 months ago. Feels like only a couple of weeks back. That does. Carl, was it really that long ago? I suppose it must be. It's not even in here anymore, which is quite unusual for things. Because, you know, I've still got South Sea in here. I've got my D class in here still. Got all the wagons for South Park Quarry in here. I've, for some reason, got the 6-wheel Southeastern Chatham brake van in here. Even though we built this before moving in here. This was built at the workbench in the other room. I'm only here for the naughty bots. I thought you were only here because I pay you. Don't want to be losing out on those wages. I mean, we don't see much of those bots now. They're all busy with something else. We'll have to get us one of those real spammers. Wait, people are getting paid? Well, I mean, she gets paid for the hours she's in the shop. But yeah, she gets paid. She's here because I pay her wages. Don't jinx it. I'll try not to, but I think it's a bit late. Cool, I've been subscribed for nearly 2 years from the looks of it. Time has flown by. I'll say, when you said you're a relative newcomer, I thought, nah, it's been a while. You're not that new. No, you're definitely not getting unsociable hours pay. It's not happening. These are extremely sociable hours. We're all sitting here talking all night. Change my channel picture. Well done. Unfortunately, for me, the channel pictures during the live stream appear about this tall, and I can't really see what they are. But I hope it's a nice picture, and I hope you like it. I mean, I'm sure you do like it, because otherwise you wouldn't have put it as your picture. So for a phone, I thought it was only a year at most. Yeah. certainly been a while, Thomas, and it's great to have you here still. Sociable because we're not open tomorrow. It's sociable because we're talking. Hydration is important. You know, I think you are genuinely my most engaged with channel, I think, across all accounts. Excellent. I like that. I'll tell you what, I love it, this live streaming thing, when you look in the engagements at the end of the month in the algorithm, the YouTube studio for the algorithm. Because it'll say like, oh yeah, you've done 4 videos this month and you've had 5,000 comments. But yeah, awesome, did well. For any non-French speakers, that means I am croissant. No need to thank me. As a non-French speaker, I knew that much. Because, I mean, I know what croissant means, and I know je suis from the Charlie Hebdo attacks when we all started saying je suis Charlie. Because, yes, see? Modern life teaches me things. Sophia, on the other hand, is not a donut like people like to think that he said. He didn't. And everyone knew he was saying, I am a Berliner. Sorry, did I spoil that one? Although they do sell very much advertised as Berliner donuts in Tesco, and I do refer to them as Kennedy's. Don't make me want pastry just after Tesco. Have to get on Just Eat and see if anyone will deliver any, Alex. It's your version of Cockney Clang there. I suppose it is, yeah. Although if it was Cockneys, it would have been, they'd call them Johns, wouldn't they, rather than Kennedys. Don't know how to type in don't know how to type in my city's accent or even talk it really. Very concerned. No, Berliner should have been Berliner. Fair enough. I speak something German. Well done, Lewis. That's more words than I know in German. I may have to go to Krispy Kreme in Brighton tomorrow. Do it. Do it. Nope, it's fine. I'm going to go out for breakfast and finish up this essay in the morning. Sounds like a good plan. And yes, a jam donut is called a Berliner. Yes. I say they do sell Berliner donuts in Tesco. They are advertised as Berliner donuts. I speak something German. It's still got one word on me there. Never got the hype for Krispy Kreme. Whenever I've had them, they've been drier than for a flip flop. I mean, I've always enjoyed them when I've had them, but I've not had them often. It means I only speak a little German. Fair enough. Well, I speak littler German then. Keep forgetting how tiny bearings are. Very, very tiny. 2 mil across. Ich bin ein Fieldermaus. Are you a field mouse, Killian? Genuinely have no idea what that means, but I'd like to imagine it means that. So JFK was a donut. That is supposedly what he said, and supposedly everyone laughed at him, but they didn't, and everyone knew what he meant. How does one say, this is all I can say in German, I'm sorry I have been trying, but it doesn't sink in German? If you could do that, then you'd probably be okay. Already planned to go to Wendy's. Wendy's and Krispy Kreme. Kai, you can have everything, aren't you? Wasting all those wages I pay you. Fluttermouse is flittermouse, which is the original English word for bat. Aha! Interesting. Don't think I've been to Wendy's since I lived in Uxbridge. Well, you best go there now. And remember that hydration is important, to get yourself a drink whilst you're there. If you're going to Bakers in Berlin and after Berlin, you won't get a donut. Well, what will you get then? Bell. I haven't been to Wendy's since I was in South Carolina. Time that. Get on with this wagon, shouldn't I? Tell you what I miss about Ashford. About the only thing is Wimpy's. Oh, I miss Wimpy's. I've not been to Wimpy's since the one in Eastbourne closed, and that feels like forever ago. I was probably still married, it was that long ago. Fun fact, I still find it weird that I've been married. Yeah, yeah, no, I don't get a word of that. So Wimpy gone, I mean, selling such things has been done, surely it's got to cause some sort of issues. I think they still exist in some form. Certainly, they did not do well and had to close a lot of stores. But I'm not convinced they completely died. And I do miss them. Something, 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 waterfall. So I thought that was waterfall. So I'm glad I got that much. Wimpy Burger seems to be mostly concentrated around London, with the odd ones here and there. Only one in the north that I know of. In Halifax, Huddersfield, I think. And one in Scotland. Naturally hands its where he's standing under the waterfall. Aha! Words. Oh, so I can see that now that you've translated it. Yeah. I like learning words like that. I'll forget them, but I like doing it. Wimpy Drury, Wimpy 63 Wimpys in England, 3 in Scotland still exist. But none anywhere of note. Because everywhere of note has a McDonald's instead, isn't it? The only German James May knows. Ah, is that what it is? Don't have a McDonald's in Shrewsbury, we have KFC instead. We have a KFC in Hicktown and no McDonald's. So, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, no, I don't. No, can't work that out, Paderborn. I have tried. Want a Wimpy after to go to Kilmarnock, Faysborough, or Dingwell? I mean, I've heard of Kilmarnock. That's a start. Do you not have a McDonald's? I do not have a McDonald's here. We have a McDonald's a couple of miles down the road in another town, but we don't have one here. Grampian Highlands, Strathclyde, apparently, although I thought Highlands was just a broad term, never heard of the others. His closest one is an outlet somewhere on the outskirts of town. Yeah, so my closest McDonald's is in a different town. Even here in Taunton we have one and a KFC. My nearest Wimpy is Kilmarnock. I don't know where my nearest Wimpy is anymore, and it's sad. We have two McDonald's to be precise. Car. We have two Tesco's. And like 7 kebab shops. Even Bexhill has a Macca's. I know, even Bexhill is significantly bigger than Hicktown, though. The answer to Tom's question. Ah, I see. Oh, sorry, we're here in. They might say that thing called Kennedy Fried Chicken. Near enough, Jess. Winfield Shrewsbury is the Dennis the Menace film. I think it was his Port Slade Gary. Oh, I didn't realise there was one that close, honestly. Yay, look, Wagon rolls. Do you think they sell those at Winnipeg? Wish I didn't have a McDonald's on my doorstep, pretty much. I can't go to Tesco without being hungry. Well, yeah. We have a big Tesco, Sprinkler, Tesco Expresses, and One Stops. Yay, One Stop. I worked for One Stop before Tesco decided they wanted our shop. Because, you know, owning them, they can do that. We have a big Tesco and we have a Tesco Express literally 200 yards away from it. The only issue is probably Ashford on Bank Street, I think, and yes, Linny, I've looked at getting the coach very recently. My town had about 10 pubs all in walking distance. We probably only have 5 pubs now. We've had a few shut recently. So there's that. Shrewsbury doesn't need any chain places. It has the second best indie burger place in the country, the Beefy Boys. I mean, only the second best? Where's the best? I want the best. I've never had a McDonald's or KFC. I don't think I've missed out. I don't think you've missed out either. It has been many, 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 many years since I've had a McDonald's, and we only have KFC when the kids beg me to get them KFC. Which is very rare. I'm not a huge fan of it. Must admit, I love living in the city centre, but it makes it too easy to be lazy about going to grocery shopping and get takeaway instead. Yeah, fair. You've not, Alan, I've not had it in 20 plus years. Yeah, so I loved it as a kid, but since I've grown up, it's like, meh, it's not actually that great. Yeah, it's not worth the effort of a 10-minute drive to Polegate, honestly. 10 minutes back the other way as well. Because it's too far away for Just Eat and stuff to deliver to us. Our town consists of 5 buildings. One of those is a pub. Welcome to Ireland. I'd expect 4 of them to be a pub, Killian. 10 pubs within walking distance is a quiet night in Hastings Old Town. We have 2 competing Wetherspoons within walking distance. So there's 2 competing Wetherspoons in Eastbourne in walking distance. We only have the 1 in Hicktown. First best in the country is Beefy Boys Hereford, their first restaurant. Ah, fair enough. Is it worth me making the trip? Because, you know, I will. In Leeds, there's 2 Wetherspoons back to back. Fantastic. Not seems to be a food chain test around the moment. I think we were once first place to get Taco Bell and 5 Guys at one point. We've got something called Jolly Bees now. Oh yeah, we have a 5 Guys and Taco Bell nearby, but I've never tried either. So I think we are getting a second Taco Bell now. The village I live in doesn't even have a pub. That seems wrong. I mean, I'm not a big user of pubs. It's been, again, quite a while since I've been in one, but yeah, that seems wrong that there isn't one. One of the others is yes. We got Jollibee's Leeds had one, and I still don't really know what it is. I know it's got 3 Five Guys Taco Bell. I want to say the Marion said maybe getting a Wendy's. 5 Guys Red Love Taco Bell can hit and miss. It's not legally finished then. Yeah, it just seems wrong that there's no pub. A very small local chain called Bread Meets Bread. They are really, really good. Yeah, you feel really, really good. So I always feel 5 Guys over it. Next Village On doesn't have a shop or anything. Oh God. Please spend some more. Described as KFC and McDonald's hybrid. The town I grew up in had the first 2 Five Guys. I've not been to one since high school. Alright, yeah, it's there. Saying that, I usually just nip into the one in King's Cross for me to do. Anyway, 5 Guys is very overrated. See, I've never been. My brother lives in Full Marks. They have no pub, but they do have a station with steam trains. I mean, station with steam trains every time. So I really like 5 Guys, but I do agree it's overpriced. But then again, most places I like over the other chains are expensive, such as Todd. Well, these 5 Guys is one of them called Freddy. So I'm going to throw out this really crazy idea here, since we're all talking about all these takeaways we love. But I really just like cooking from scratch and making my own food. I think it's really awesome. And it's also really good and tastes how I want it to taste. Just throwing that out there. Freddie Fredo filling Francis and Frank. Now I've got my own big cast iron pot thing. I'll back to my old ways. Yeah. Your food is good. You'll have to make me food. Freddie Frederick Ferdinand Fergus. But yeah, I'm just gonna say not like my favourite way of getting food is to like buy ingredients and meal myself. Try to remember to link the Beefy Boys when I'm back on Discord. Way. Knowing you that you're either going to remember it, it's going to bug you constantly until you do it, or you're going to forget. And we will eventually find out which one it is. Definitely cook, can bake though. Oh, see, I can cook and bake. I can cook, I can bake, I make my own recipes for stuff. Because it's great. It's fantastic making your own food. I just pick fruit off the trees and drink water from the stream. Wait, you have trees in New York? Pick fruit off the tree. I can either. I do want to mention another place like, but it's too local, and the only place it's in is Liverpool. Ugh. I just snack picnic baskets. No, boo boo. Baking's more of a science than an art, while cooking is the other way around. I mean, maybe. I don't think so. But maybe. I can't even make the correct amount of pasta or rice, either too much or too little. That's everyone, don't worry. No one in the history of the world has ever made the correct amount of pasta or rice. And if anyone ever tells you they have, you can't trust them. That they are a dirty liar and you should never, ever, ever trust them. No, I'm definitely not smarter than the average modeler. I'm not doing my Yogi voice again. Who needs cooking when you can live on Tesco ham and Warburton's bread? Well, to be fair, I like my mum's chili. My bread is better than Warburton's bread. Just saying. Don't ever seen printed wagon like this. I missed this. What's this one? It's a southeastern ballast wagon, which the print did not go hugely well, but I didn't have time to reprint it. So it's got things like an axle box with a big hole in it. And it's two-part bearings that go together and slide right to the end, I do believe. But of course it's not one of my designs, so I could be getting that wrong, but I'm sure I remember that being how it goes together. And I feel like I've missed the moment to sing gold now. He's done that. I've got an automatic extension on this essay. Excellent. Can you deny having swiped my picnic basket? I'm afraid I cannot. Can you confirm Gary's bread is good? Yay for confirmation of my good bread. But is bread? But is it bread made with honey? No, but you can put honey on it. I've said both words on it. I don't think bread will survive in the post somehow. It will if the post is quick. What is this, Alex Picnic? Yeah, well, we're definitely overdue an Alex Picnic, and we need one. Alex Picnic with steam trains. It sounds fantastic. Either Alex Picnic with steam trains or an Alex Picnic by the water. Alex Picnic by the water with steam trains. Romney Hive and Dymchurch. Yeah, see? Hydration is important. Yes, steam is a form of water. True. Boston has both. Little trains, big water. Yeah. Right, I need to set wheels. And some bearings first. Let's get some bearings in there first. Oh, picnic special at the telephone. Nah, that's too far to travel. Can't make it all the way there. The SVR runs alongside the 7 for most of it, so you know. Hey! Look at all these options we've got. At that point, just bring models along to the picnic, even smaller trains and even bigger water. Quick, to the Garrymobile. Was that good enough transition noises? Betsy in a puddle. So this all goes on the Bristol Channel. When Batman showers, he uses the bat shampoo, but the conditioner Gordon. Oh dear. Telephone is worth the journey no matter how far away you live. Like telephone rolls, anything in the Lake District. Oh, I'm sure. I'd like cross the water, ride on steam trains, loads of lovely spots for a picnic. See, the Isle of Wight was my first thought, and I was actually still thinking it as I was starting the sentence, but then literally changed at the very last second. Scooby-Doo ending. Also, just saying, steam trains and this lot here were a puddle not long ago. First Alex Pitney was already on Noah. It was. That's why I changed my mind, actually. I'd love to go to Welsh Lines, but it takes so long to get when you don't drive. I'll be honest, Alex, they take a while to get to when you do drive as well, especially if you're coming from Hicktown. Picnic at the telephone, they might still that idea for joining lottery extravaganza planning now. I mean, it's an obvious plan. Just saying. No, why am I putting glue straight onto those? That's silly. What I want to do. Why are you not going together? The test fit that I did a second ago with two random ones went together. Yes, this one is very much actually stuck to my finger now and is going to be a right pain to get off probably. There we go. Get Welsh friends, Alex. Uptime seems like volunteer at Talafin. Excellent. Got friends in Wales, one of whom does volunteer on Talafin, I believe. Doesn't mitigate actually getting there though. Greatly improved volunteering at Talafin. Ow, peeling that off my finger hurts. I'll see you next week. Good night, Paderborn. Thank you for coming. Great to have you here as always. Don't sleep well. Don't work too hard. Those are the words I meant to say. And look at that with a bit more glue whilst you lot sit there and chat amongst yourselves. The SCR ballast wagon can fall apart. Yay! So the designer of these has very much offered to recad them all so that we have a consistent style amongst the Oak Hill stuff. Type 40, then I'm sure someone has left one lying around somewhere. Look for the police spots. Sleep hard, don't work too well. Yeah, exactly. Better also head off tonight. So, good night, WJS Productions. Thank you for coming. Great to have you here. As always, all the same stuff applies, you know. Sleep hard and don't work too well. And there we have many wagons made of puddles. Look at that. Consistency is my auntie's, uncle's, brother's, grandma's, cousin's middle name. Is it now? We go one rake of puddles. Record for most wagons built in one live stream? I believe so, yes. We could go for more, but I've only got one set of wheels left. And I don't really want to take the wheels out of this to do it with, although they are the right type. Are you 12mm? You are. Oh, you're those ones. No, your axles are too short. 12mm wagon wheels. All I need is a single kit-built wagon to steal them out of. Aha. 12mm wagon wheels. No idea. Good one, people. I reckon we take a break from de-spruing and prepare them for painting. I mean, I'd love to, but I will prepare them for painting with a rattle can of spray, and the filters aren't here for the spray booth yet because I'm super well prepared. But we have the DLP wagon now. This is a different type of printer, and oh my god, look at how easy that de-sprued. Right, that's the side with the brake. Let's clip round the bottom there, but look at that, they just sort of fall apart, these sprues. It was a bit too easy. Yes, I agree. I actually don't like how easy that was. But this is the works printer. The crispness on this is incredible. There goes the brake lever. But everything else is fine. Brake shoes, fine. And all three issues, but very concerned about that much easy. Yeah, I completely agree. It will be interesting to compare the long-term properties of the DLP printer and the LCD printer resin. I'd like to think the brake lever breaking off like that proves I'm not cutting corners by having it attached in places it shouldn't be. Because of course if it was, say, attached to the axle box, that wouldn't happen. To mark which one's which when you paint them. I mean, judging from the two that I've done already, like, I can tell you straight away, this is the DLP one, this is the LCD one. Brake lever, more like brake lever. And I can tell from how crisp it is that much of a difference. I can just look at them and go, yeah, that's that one. So DLP is a new type of printer. Digital laser printing, I think, or something. Rather than an LCD screen to do the curing. That's all the differences. Test long-term properties by whacking it with a hammer. Let's let it fall the top from say an inch of cracks. That's time for concern. Hang on. It's fine. Survived the hammer test. One, two, three, four. The rest can go back in the bag. I mean, let the hammer weight do that. No, I'm not going to do that, am I? Well, I felt the fact I had a hammer here and did that was enough for the joke, personally. That glue has now set a bit too much. Digital light processing projects, and I think, aha, there we go. So the DLP printer is the newly released Anycubic Photon Ultra. Which the shop got from the Kickstarter campaign that Anycubic did. My printer is an Elegoo Mars. The prints on the shop printer are with Anycubic's own resin designed for the DLP printer. My prints are with Tech Fast, which, according to the bottle, works on both LCD and DLP printers. So it would be interesting to take it into the shop and try it on the shop's printer to see if these are different from on my printer. So is the laser meant to be more? It's a lot crisper. There is a huge difference in crispness. The shop one and my one. In theory, prints faster, but there's not a lot in it. Well, that's interesting. Aha. These wheels must be slightly bigger because they're catching on the brake shoe. The brakes are on. Now that I've bent it, it's slightly better. Not completely there, obviously, but slightly. Right, this is my one. It's the same. But yeah, it's the wheels. Won't be a problem on production kits. So I'm sure we won't get the focus enough on this to tell the difference. I just don't see a way I can hold it where it's not going to focus on my hand. Oh, maybe we can. Go back to that focus. So the bottom one is the DLP printer. The top one is the LCD printer. I wish it would be like, okay, there's the focus and stay there. Stupid camera. You should be able to do that on both wagons, if I'm honest, Killian. Because I have modelled the individual springs. There we go. So if you look at how crisp that bottom wagon is, especially say around the bracing on the door, on the hinges in the middle, compared to the top wagon where it's not nearly as good. So yeah, the DLP print is much, much sharper. And it is genuinely enough that you can see it up close. You are almost looking at injection molded quality on the DLP printer, honestly. And that really does impress me. I will post some photos up to the Discord when the stream finishes in a minute, so you can see the difference, because I did take some pictures earlier. But yeah, I went all out on the detail for these, with no idea what would and wouldn't print. The only thing I forgot to do was the LBSC on the axle boxes. It's better close up for 2 foot rule. It does seem to look the same, but it's pretty nice. No, I can, with these here, at full arm's length, I can see the difference in person. And it's not a small difference. As I say, you are looking at almost injection moulded quality. Sharper edge on the strapping makes painting much easier if you're trying to pick it out. Yeah, I'm sure it does. But yeah, it really is so much better. It really does impress you. So I would like for the shop printer to be capable of doing these. It has been offered to me that I can use the shop printer to make all these. So when my new bottle of resin arrives, I do want to take my resin in and test with that as well. Because from what I can tell, this resin seems a lot more brittle than this resin. Interesting, I think it's slightly more flexible as well. But you get more of a feel of it's gonna snap. But it's a lot crisper, it's a lot nicer. So if I can get that quality on that resin, I'll be very, very happy. Plus, this resin is actually more expensive. Either way, both from a cost standpoint and a standpoint of I need to use my current printer, I doubt I'll be running out to get one. But maybe in time I'll look into laser type ones. Yeah, I say I think the shop's printer was about 450 quid. And that was with discount for being a Kickstarter. So, you know, they're not going to be cheap. I will certainly be having the Mars at home for some time yet. At least that's the plan. But there we go. In a single live stream, we have built 7 wagons. I'm rather impressed with that. But it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 midnight UK time. So I would like to thank you all for coming. Linny is correct, hydration is important, but I'm out. So that's 3 years of live streams, everyone. Here's the next 3, eh? Thank you all for coming. Thank you for supporting me on this journey. 3 years ago, I was a nervous wreck wanting to show people that modelling wasn't as hard as it looks. Tonight, I'm here launching my own range of wagon kits, and I couldn't have done it without all of you. So, thank you for coming. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. Keep an eye on the social medias for updates on these. They will be available soon, and there will be the giveaway of the ballast wagons. There's going to be 10 of them available, so make sure you get entered into that for your chance to get one. So for the next 3 years, it's been a fantastic journey. Here's the next 3 years. Thank you, Alex. Much appreciated. I mean, considering my printer was like £500, it's definitely worth looking into in the future. Well, yeah. Thanks for streaming. Very enjoyable. Thank you, Killian. Thanks all. Thank you, Alan, for coming. Great congratulations on 3 years. Thank you so much for hosting them and building such a great community. Comments like that mean so much. Thank you, Linny. It's been fun and enjoyable as always. Thank you, Thomas. Congratulations on 3 years. Thank you, Night Olga. Thanks to the many streams. Wagon looks great. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back again next week, obviously. But until then, this has been Let's Build. I've been Gary, and you've been awesome as always. Good night.